Hello, everybody. I'm Dave Park, CEO and co-founder of Narada AI. And I wanted to have a chat with you about how we're helping a growing number of customers, including Fortune 100 customers in pharma and tech, Fortune 500 corporations across automotive, hospitality, and even healthcare organizations, to deploy AI automations that work reliably, robustly, and cost-efficiently for some of the most complex workflows that they have. When we first started the company, we conducted hundreds upon hundreds of customer meetings to understand why so many processes in HR, IT, and finance were still largely manual. These were not the simple co-pilot type tasks. Rather, most of the pain were in long horizon processes for use cases like ERP testing, data validation and reconciliation across multiple silos, and order, invoice, and bill reconciliation and processing that spanned multiple ecosystems, legacy applications, SaaS portals, and even the web. And because APIs were limited for many of the steps, it requires operating through the UI, visually reasoning about what's in the screen, and clicking, typing, and scrolling. Now, conventional approaches to automation in these cases, like hard-coded scripts and bots, they're constantly breaking anytime something changes in the interface. On the other hand, general-purpose AI models tend to hallucinate at some point midstream due to all of the possible real-world exceptions and issues that could arise in messy production environments. Think login issues, connections going down, timeouts, changes in the application configurations, and even deduplication of multiple entries in systems of records like CRMs, where they all could qualify. So, in order to solve this problem, I had to team up with some of the best and the brightest minds in this arena. I started my first company out of my Stanford CS PhD, a company called Coverity, with a decent result. But this time around, now that I'm older and wiser, and wanted to build something 100 times bigger, I needed to team up with the best and the brightest out of UC Berkeley. So I joined forces with Kurt Koitzer, longtime AI professor here at UC Berkeley, along with Amir Gholami, who led the research behind Narada at the UC Berkeley AI lab. And backed by top-tier investors, including Venk Shukla at Monte Vista Capital, as well as co-founders and CEOs of some of the leading AI companies in the world, we are building Narada. Narada is an agentic automation platform that is purpose-built for enterprise applications and workflows. We use proprietary techniques to automatically map customer configurations of their applications and interfaces. And just based on natural language descriptions of these processes, or even screen recordings, Narada can dynamically generate agents on the fly that are tailored to customer environments. Secondly, in order to deliver high accuracy and robustness, we took all of our learnings from why and where AI agents fail to curate test environments and training grounds using synthetic data that allows us to develop and test harnesses that can recover from all of these real-world exceptions and issues that can arise at any point in these processes. And using new research that we led into an agentic planning and execution framework called the LLM compiler, we're able to incorporate unit testing, exception handling, guardrails, and self-healing at each step along the way by decomposing these long horizon tasks into many granular steps and ensuring that these automations stay on track. Finally, this is an important one, the same mechanisms that we use to map and learn customer-specific configurations can also be used to optimize high-volume workloads. So after we actually map out the execution path through different interfaces, we then process the next iterations, thousands of orders, claims, with far less compute and much higher speed and accuracy to drive scale and cost efficiencies for our customers. Because not everything has an API, we have very accurate computer use agents that can work through virtually any interface. It can work and operate legacy green screen applications. It can work through browser-based application portals and SaaS tools, as well as even through Citrix, it can actually operate remote desktops. And all of this is done not just with computer vision, but also wherever possible, it will analyze the underlying HTML and DOM to understand the full context of what's on that page, even seeing the hidden elements to click, type, scroll to execute these processes. Let me show you an example. Here, because APIs are limited, Narada is actually able to very efficiently, through natural language commands, operate internal applications like ERP systems, constantly unit testing, validating, exception handling along the way, and self-healing to changes in the configurations that might occur. This is for one of our customer use cases, where they needed to go across 23 different countries and spec out different models of their competitors' cars, extract all the options and pricing information to see how their competitors are pricing their solutions. These tasks take hundreds of steps and require super high accuracy. And finally, to show you some of the scaling and cost efficiencies that we can drive, Narada can go into new interfaces like this. This is for one of our customers that have 4,000 of these types of billing portals that they need to operate through the UI because there's no API support. Narada first maps out and learns how to execute this flow through this interface. And once it learns how to process this bill through this interface, it's now able to take all subsequent iterations and variations and actually process them with far less compute and much higher speed and accuracy to drive cost efficiencies for our customers. So if you have use cases in order processing, testing and validation, invoice reconciliation, please come talk to us. We deliver POCs within a matter of days at no charge. And even if you're not part of an enterprise, but are working on your own agentic systems and frameworks, if you'd like to actually leverage our curated test environments and synthetic data to train and optimize your agents, happy to chat with you as well. Just email me at dave@narada AI, or you can reach out to us at info@narada.ai. Thank you very much.